Yo, guys, we were not fucking late, man. Just chill out. It's better just let people come in. All right. So today we're gonna be typing some celebrities. We're gonna start with Randy Orton. Um, and then we got some other celebrities that we're gonna type. We're trying to deviate away from fucking typing like ENTPs and INTJs, trying to build up our celebrity list. If you guys want to see the celebrity list, go to www.mongolianmindset.org and you can see our celebrity list. Me, Thomas, and the guys will be going over that list to change a couple of names around here and there because at the end of the day, we care about having the accuracy. Okay. So we'll be changing that around. Let's go type ranking by parenting tier list, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing, E Kevin? Leave us alone, E Kevin. Hey, what's up, Swizzy? Okay, we're in. They're on us about this. You see this, Thomas? Poor Mercer uses systematic homeboy late somehow. Whatever, man. So we're gonna do Randy Orton, guys. Randy Orton. And if you guys want us to do somebody that you guys want from the chat, you guys got to super chat us and we will do that person. Okay, we will do that person. And we will skip the BS that we're doing for whoever the guys you want. Okay. So Randy Orton, guys, if you don't know, he's the RKO specialist. Okay. He stole the diamond cutter and made it even more famous. Personality dummy base has him as an ISTP, guys. Um, so let's go to the chart here. Are you guys here? So ESTPs are no ISTPs are direct. They're responding. The process. They're pragmatic. They're motive. They are concrete. They're TIFE and they're SENI. And for an ISTP, they're going to be running with TI. TI is going to be the name of the game. It's going to be the main focus of that type. I'm going to let Thomas go ahead with the interaction styles, and I'll let Zara go with the cognitive functions.
All right, so I guess I'll start with direct versus informing. So direct language is going to be clear, concise, and to the point. Um, and informing language is going to be kind of like vague, wordy, beating around the bush. Direct language likes to choose its role in the conversation. Informative people, um, it's kind of like they want to get you to buy in, and then they'll provide you with information to let you make the decision on what they're making. But because of the vagueness of it, I feel like that it could be interpreted in a few different ways, and sometimes it's just like you don't even know what the hell they're saying because it's so wordy and so vague. And then we have initiating versus responding. This is pretty straightforward. It's not the best metric to use when it comes to typing people because sometimes you get introverts that enter a more initiating kind of role and vice versa. But basically, initiating means having a preference for starting conversations, and then in the process of conversations, starting new topics of conversation or changing the subject. Responding people are going to more stay on the topic rather than change the subject. Then you have process versus outcome. So what we're looking for here, process is, we also call it journey, or we call it progression. So these people, they're going to be going through the steps, whether it's if they're giving an anecdote, they're going to go step by step by step. If they're generally with everything, they're going to talk about the steps. They're going to talk about the how to in some cases. Mercer likes to say that process people, it's the way process people talk. It's more like a wave. Outcome people, it's more choppy. It's like Obama. It's like Trump. Well, they'll say something and then they'll kind of like stop. Say something, stop. But outcome, they're not going to really be going through the steps. They're not going to be talking about the how to. They're just going to be talking about we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, without saying how we're going to get there. Affiliative versus pragmatic. So pragmatic people, they're going to be contrarian. They're not going to be going by the book. They like to do things their own way. Affiliative people are going to be more talking about interdependence, being part of a group, and so on and so forth. I think that's pretty straightforward. Pragmatic people are going to be more rule breakers. It's going to be ends justify the means. They're going to be doing what works, versus affiliative people are going to be, again, because they're interdependent, talking about what's good in terms of what's good for the group. Then we have structure. So motive is gonna, all right, so structure or systematic, that's gonna be more looking for like a consistent standard or measurement or, process to achieve a particular goal, for instance. Motive, or sometimes what we call like particularism, is going to deal with people individually. It's going to deal with situations individually, rather than having like a one size fits all kind of standard. So systematic people, they can sometimes miss like the human aspect, because they're just treating everybody like, sometimes treating everyone like pawns, or just treating people like fucking, cogs in their system, rather than the motive people, treating people more individually. Then you have concrete versus abstract. So concrete people, they're gonna talk about what is. They're gonna talk about what was. They're not gonna really be like looking into the future a whole lot. They're not gonna really have like a meta perspective. It's just like, we're in like the basic concrete reality, the tangible, what you could see, hear, taste, so on and so forth. Abstract people, again, they're going to tend to be very future focused. That's one thing we might be looking for. They might have like a meta perspective. So rather than just focusing on the five senses, they might have like an overview, like an overview, or like a bigger picture kind of thinking. Sometimes it's pretty obvious when somebody does that. I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, abstracts. It's gonna be the intangible, and it might be theories. Yeah, so on and so forth.
All right, Z.
So that's it for me.
All right, guys. Morning. I'm barely awake, but I'm getting out of my comatose state with some coffee. Let's start with the cognitive functions. So we have our judging functions first, which is TEFI and TIFE. So TE is organizing the external environment. Sometimes at higher levels, marshals resources. It particularly looks at data and statistics, measurable things that are measurable. While FI is more about internal valuing, internal assaying value, figuring out what matters to them personally. Even some have analogized it to an internal compass for their moral values. And next we have TIFE. They're both about understanding, but I look at it more like TI is essentially informal logic. It's syllogistic statements, if this then that. It breaks things down into breaks things down and turns them into principles. And that's how they live their lives, especially at higher levels of TI. And we have FE now, which is about understanding the values of the group. They uphold the values of the collective, and they really feed off of the collective and honor those said values, and they that's how they operate in the world. Now we have SCNI, SINE. These are your perceiving functions. SE is about experiencing the moment. It's about like it being present, and etc. It's fairly concrete, so that's pretty understandable. Whereas NI is more about foreseeing the future, synthesis. They sometimes they're good at conceptualizations. They pick up on insights. They usually have what we call aha moments, and etc. SI and now we're moving on to SINE. SI is more about reviewing the past, usually a stare decisis, precedent, things like that. And they're really good with bodily stasis and knowing their internal comfort, or if something feels off to them. While NE is about inference, connections, interpretations. It likes seeing patterns, multiple patterns. And it's fairly future focused, but they see multiple possibilities, where NI streamlines to a more singular possibility. It narrows down and refines it. Okay, guys, that's it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna get into this video. Shout out to Leslie, I see you there. Swizzy, I see you there. This guy Dale, but you better calm down before I really block and ban you from the channel, okay? I'm still allowing your little comments to be here, but keep it up. You will be blocked and banned, okay? Don't give a fuck, okay? I really don't give a fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
And you will get your ass blocked and banned, buddy. T, can you guys see that?
Not yet.
I
Oh,
just see a black screen.
yeah, I see it now. Okay.
I do see it.
You sure you're ready?
Can you see it now? Can you hear?
Yeah.
All right.
No,
This is, you know, this is a big deal.
I already asked you. So you sure you want me at the end of the day after meeting 1,000 people?
Well, I mean, what should I be afraid of?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I'm
Are
joking.
you sure?
I just thought maybe you'd go, yeah, you could be a little like confused, irritable.
Well, that's why
Let's do
that's
this
why I
another
brought
day.
Paul.
Pedigree.
Welcome to What's Your Story with Steph McMahon and Elise Dudzinski, an original Fanatics and WWE production. And this week we are here at Fanatics Fest, and it is phenomenal. I mean, that's a lot of F's, but it really is. I mean, it's been remarkable. Yesterday we got to tour the whole fan fest, and we were walking with Triple H, of course, my husband, and he's always like the Pied Piper. It's crazy. Like people come from out of nowhere to just see him, touch his
Correct.
arm, get a picture, whatever it is. We couldn't stop on the floor. We really wanted to get a tour of what the experience was like, and we couldn't even see it.
Yeah, I think Stephanie's
ENTJ.
ENTJ.
Yeah. Choppy,
Because
choppy, like a way of speaking.
Yeah, ENTJ.
There were just fans everywhere, which is the whole point, I suppose, right? Because the whole name of this company is Fanatics, which, what are you a fanatic about? And I love the notion that it really helps you celebrate what it means to be a fan.
Yeah.
You know, I think sometimes people think of fans or they talk about fans in a pejorative way, and that's not at all the case here. I mean, everybody here is so proud of what they love, so proud to be a part of it. It's just been an incredible experience. And kudos to Michael Rubin, who we have had on the podcast.
Yes.
Because this event is like no other that I've been to, with special moments. Kevin Durant was just on stage, got a call that he's been drafted.
Name dropping.
Like while he's on stage in the moment. There's just been so many.
Right.
The most watched video of all time in WWE. We don't have to watch it.
On
But
YouTube.
yes, it is when you handcuffed him,
I know.
and
I know.
you know the scene.
I know.
Yeah.
So
you remember.
I was probably,
I would remember, but I was knocked out from the DDT.
yeah. I was
Off the ropes.
in my 20s, I know, and I was so nervous. And so your father's there.
Yeah.
I've heard that
It must
voice
have been
before.
nerve-wracking.
Husband's there.
Yeah.
And we're rehearsing and we're rolling, right?
Yeah, no, we're
okay.
rolling.
Sorry. I didn't hear. Okay.
But you
Direct.
can
I'm
make
so
like
sorry.
we're not.
Okay.
It's better that way.
Way
anyway.
better. I should never.
All right, guys. So we think Randy's coming off pretty direct here, guys. So they got him as ISTP. They're still alive. I don't know what dummy base has Stephanie McMahon for, but yeah, she's ENTJ. I wonder what Triple H is. He's probably an ESTP.
Yes.
Yeah. So like the rehearsal, I don't know if you remember, but I just remember like Vince wanted to kind of see where we were going to be, and H is handcuffed, and how much where does the DDT need to go down so he can't reach you and all that.
Right.
And then of course, like, how are you gonna
Do the deal.
Yeah. And I was like, I guess like this. You know, like I was like, it's so awkward. And then like in the back of my head, and like not really realizing how cool of a moment it would have eventually been, I'm thinking like, God, I hope like time's cut and we have to cut the SK. I don't even want to say the K word, the SK, Pig Latin. But yeah, super super, like I was just like awkward, dude.
I love
Awkward,
that.
so
Amazing. You're
awkward.
so
I
awkward
feel
right
like I'm
now.
beat red. I'm usually beat red anyway, but
You can't even say
that's an issue for my doctor to figure out.
Might be some self-deprecation.
But back then, I was definitely blushing my ass.
Yeah. What you said, T?
It's self-deprecation. It sounds like
Yeah. Yeah.
he's coming across like very humble, self-deprecating.
Yeah. He's definitely looked like definitely SE. He was talking about
Yeah.
what Triple H and all of them were doing in the ring. So that's some SENI, and then he's direct. Some self-deprecation there. So it looks like we got an STP here.
Yeah, he's
Awesome.
sounding
Oh
very
my God.
concrete.
Yeah, very
So far.
concrete.
So funny.
The fact that he was cool with it and had the wherewithal to know how amazing of a moment it would be. Like it was all about how can we
He
make,
did this.
Amazing of the moment it would be SE
make this mean the most.
That's right. Because
making the moment mean the most.
we were selling the match.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
And you
yes.
doing that to me
Yeah,
in
that
front of him,
was-
and he can't do anything about
And
it.
that was so 09. That was in 09. And
Wow.
I still hear references to like 09 Randy Orton, which is like super cool. And then it's also like super like that was like 15, 16 years ago. Like I wish
Wow.
there was like a 2024 Orton.
No, now there's
He
2025 or
was really awesome back in 09.
Yeah.
Or like today,
More-
like
yeah.
you
More
know, people,
self-deprecation,
it's
I
like,
think.
the guy with the beard who looks like he's older than me, and he's like, I watched you when I was a kid, and I'm like,
yeah.
oh,
Also seems to be initiating all of this. It seems to be initiating.
Yeah,
all of this.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You
kind of
know
taking over the
people even older
conversation.
than-
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Stephanie's she's extroverted, so yeah, he's taken over.
Yeah, but he's a dominant man, though. He's a big man. Big man.
Uh-huh.
Big towering man.
You will say that to you,
yeah, of course.
which I don't understand.
Well,
Think
like
he's
so, like I
VP.
try to rationalize it. Like, okay, I started young.
Yeah, he's
so,
right.
like,
You were very
So I've been around.
Hey, yeah, you're right. He does sound like The Rock, Sweezy. Yeah. He does sound like The Rock.
He's ESTP.
Yeah, he's ESTP, bro.
Cooked.
Like, yeah, he's cooked. He's ESTP. Yeah, Randy sounds like The Rock, but we'll keep going a little bit more.
Around a long time, and like I actually signed my WWE developmental deal in October of 1999, and then I took my first bump in January. So like it's like 25
Wow.
years. It's been like I think 23 years since I debuted on television. But like I feel like since you had
How
the
come?
first match, started taking bumps on a regular, consistent basis, like that's kind of where that time frame starts.
Right.
So like at the 25-year mark, like it's like crazy to look back and think about all the places I've been, all the people I've met, all the things I've done. And then
Isn't that
How
SI
come?
Posing there? SI Posing coming there? Thinking about that from 25 years ago. SI
Uh-huh.
Posing coming out.
frame starts.
Right.
So like at the 25-year mark, like it's like crazy to look back and think about all the places I've been, all the people I've met, all the things I've done. And then it gets real weird when you start like realizing how much you forgot.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
So like things like this are cool because who knows what'll happen,
much
what
you
we'll talk
forgot.
about, but you never know. Like
I
oh my
see.
God, you'll trigger a
But this right here is cool. SE
memory.
Right.
You know? And you've done that before.
triggering the memory. That's what is total memory.
Totemic, yeah.
Before with me, and I
Because
don't
he-
think you were
otherwise he
aware,
forgot.
But after
He doesn't have the
went,
SI to remember.
Yeah. 'Cause He doesn't really store it himself.
Yeah, and
I was 20.
it's his
Recently?
opposing function. It doesn't really work that well.
Yeah.
It's not like a critic. Critic is a bit stronger than the opposing.
The opposing takes a kind of like a oh shit type moment, like oh something's going on here, while the critic is like kind of like brutal about it, takes a more like authoritative role,
Authoritative.
like a police. I would say.
Before, and I won the world title, and I think you gave me your phone because I didn't have mine on me. I just left Gorilla, and I called my father, and I think my grandfather, but that's how foggy the memory is. I don't
Yeah.
remember the
course it's
conversation.
foggy.
I just remember the
You're an SE user.
emotions and being overwhelmed and being the last one to leave the air.
So what he's talking about here is the difference of like SE and SI. SI can remember all of it because it stores the impressions, right? While SE kind of just like looks at what's in the environment, kind of like picking big things out of it to remember
Yeah.
the things. while SI kind of like lives that experience.
So yeah, it's like they relive it, the SI users.
Mm-hmm. So they can go in there. But,
And he's like,
you know,
he's like, I think you gave me your phone. He's like, he's not 100% sure. He's kind of like guessing.
Yeah. As Zara would say, everybody's memory is shit when it goes back in the past anyway. And there is research to support that, like, even the memories that we think we have is tainted by how we felt or how we saw those moments.
Yes.
And over time, they actually do
It's
corrode.
because it's connected to your limbic system, your hippocampus.
So there's actually research on that, actually.
It's connected to your hippocampus, so like your stored impressions are all subjective.
Like it could be all bullshit. It could be a lot of it can be bullshit. But
good catch, Mercer.
Yeah.
Canada Center in Toronto, like just alone by myself with the world title in my lap, just like, is this real? Is this real? Like I remember all that, but like the little like nuance, like just the particulars. Yeah. It's like being.
You see, he's talking about the small things, the SI. He don't remember just the big picture shit. That's SE.
Able to be brought back to that, whether it's through conversation or like
two-tamic
a
memory.
YouTube video that my kids show me where they're like, well, this match is really cool. And I'm
look
like,
at you in 09, Dad.
Yeah. 09 Dad was cool. What happened? Well, but yeah, like what a ride.
Self-deprecation.
And it's like I'm still on it. And
is it still surreal to you?
Yeah. Action figures like still doesn't register, still like pinch myself, and like I don't know if I couldn't imagine how it couldn't be anything other than that for other guys, like to be like say in the store with your kids and see like your action figure on the shelf like that. I don't see how you could ever get used to that, you know what I mean? But it's like it's just I'm like so blessed, so blessed, and you know it just really doesn't get any better. And I've had all the
he does. It's
roller
like
coaster and the you know personal issues
or
whatever that I've had to deal with. Like overcame.
I swear, when he said so blessed, it's like something was triggering in my head. I'm like, that's the Rock. That's the Rock. Oh my god, I can see the Rock like with that same sketchy voice. I don't know if it's the steroids or something, but yeah, I can see the Rock.
He's cooked. Bro's cooked. It's all outcomes.
In them, and I feel like where there was a fork in the road, I was always fortunate, and usually it was someone in the business that was able to steer me to the correct path on the fork, either the opposite one. You know what I mean?
Yep. Who are some of your mentors that helped steer you in the right direction?
Oh my God. Well, your husband was probably the number one mentor.
Not because he's in the room.
Not because he's in the room. And I'll put him over like till the day I die, as far as like seeing something in me early on that I didn't see in myself, and then putting up with me as I started to kind of get the big head at a very young age, and maybe didn't take things as seriously as I should have, and sticking it out to where we are now, to where I've kind of come full circle, and it's I see how everything comes full circle. I see how every like Hunter.
All right, Swizzy. We're gonna move on. I guess you guys can't see it because I guess Stephanie McMahon has it blacked out. But yeah,
it's blacked out.
Yeah, I guess so. Swizzy just messaged me on But Randy Orton's ESTP, guys. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put him in. Randy Orton. Thank God we got another ESTP. I mean, in that little bit of time, we did get an ENTJ as well, Stephanie McMahon. Guys, what are we going for Enneagram here? 8?
Yeah.
8 W79797. Gotta be 7, right? But they were talking about Randy Orton being crazy and wild, so we go 8 W7. What do we think of
SPSO or
what are we thinking?
Or SOSP? Probably SP first.
SP, yeah, probably. He seems to like do his own thing. Maybe SO, or what we think of SX? XX is the crazy one, all about intensity.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So anything?
I think he's probably like I think for subtype probably normalizing dominant.
Let's go DN, man. This Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's. I would think The Rock is probably the same.
Yeah, probably DN, so they can still get it. Definitely. What we thinking? Demigod level above average.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
Thought
wouldn't put him in.
average
I
personally,
wouldn't put him in
but
Prodigy, but yeah, he's definitely above average.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I know more about The Rock's story. Like, and it's pretty impressive.
think
Like,
The
I
Rock
know with
did
The Rock, like when he, it's for an ESTP to commit to something and see it through. I think that's pretty impressive. That's what The Rock did. I'd imagine Randy Orton was kind of similar.
Yeah, I think Randy was a little bit more of a headache. They had a lot of like, because Triple H didn't. I mean, he was just talking about like how Triple H had to pretty much see him through. You know, he was one of those people that saw it through with him. You know, while he was being a fucking knucklehead. Well, I don't think The Rock was as bad as a knucklehead as Randy Orton, and it might be because Randy Orton comes from like a big family of legendary wrestlers. So you know when you got the entitlement and shit.
Well, I mean, Rock's dad was a wrestler. I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's true.
I don't know if he
That's
was a
true.
big wrestler, but yeah, he was a wrestler.
That is true. Rockman was legendary too.
Yeah.
Well, too bad with that theory. Well, Randy Orton's just a fucking butthead, okay? So guys, he's ESTP. We're just going ahead and like circling these off. Sorry, but some of these people interviews do they do get taken down, or they don't like allow people to like use them. So you guys just let me know if that does happen. And we'll just in that, but it was pretty easy at Randy Orton's ESTP. Okay. Just so we can get all that done. All right, guys. Let's see. All right. So Randy Orton is done. He's ESTP. Yeah, we're back. Yo, did he? Yeah. Yeah, Randy Orton. Yeah. Let's see. ESTP. Let's go for anybody in particular you guys want to do? Zara, T.
Personally, I would like to do Maynard James Keenan.
Who's that?
Tool.
Don't tell me it's an INTJ, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry. Didn't we say we don't want to do INTJs, bro?
Yeah, let's do someone else.
Yeah.
Like, bro, we're not trying to fill up the list of INTJs, bro. We have enough INTJs as is. You know, let's try to
I think I pay attention to concrete people.
I mean, in general, bro, like we gotta build a list. Like, bro, have you seen the list of INTJs and ENTPs, bro? The shit is getting ridiculous. It's like 3x everybody else. Seriously, I think there's probably like 50 INTJs and like 50 ENTPs, and there's like 12 of like INTP, 8 INFP. Like, there's quite a bit of ESTJ, but still, like we gotta do other people than fucking INTJs. Y'all want to do Henry Cavill?
Not really.
Okay. Anybody in mind, T? All right, so Armin says, why do we see a few amount of ISFJ and ESFJ celebrities? I think you're just not going to see a lot of SJ celebrities just because of the fact that SI doesn't take risks. And a lot of times to become a celebrity, you got to take a lot of risks. And you got to remember these people are risk averse. And they usually follow something that they've seen that actually worked in the past. So maybe if their parents was a teacher, then they'll follow the likelihood of being a teacher. Or if their parents was a doctor, then they'll follow the likelihood of being a doctor. But to be a celebrity, you got to bet on yourself a lot. I mean, just follow some of these celebrity stories, and you will see that like there's so many times where they could have failed.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about like celebrities in general. Like if you listen to like their stories, like a lot of the actors. Yo, Zara, you got me up on something else or something?
No,
Can you hear my voice back?
no, I don't actually. That's weird.
But
Yeah. Never mind. But I think a lot of the SFJs play the safe game, so that's the reason why there are not a lot of celebrities as SFJs.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're
Because he was asking, one of the people was asking, like, you know, why we wouldn't have more SFJs on there? Because they play the safe role in life, right? There's a lot of times where, like, if you follow some of the ENTP stories, a lot of times they were living on somebody else's couch. But at the end of the day, it happened and it worked for them. Like if you follow some of their stories, it's kind of crazy. Like Robert Downey Jr. and shit like that. Like his story is fucking crazy. But hey, it worked for them, you know. But yeah, anybody in general, or do I just need to pick some random person?
Richard Ramirez. What the fuck?
The serial killer is probably
Yeah.
ENTP.
Richard Ramirez.
He's a serial killer. Yeah, I think that the Night Stalker.
He's a night. Yeah.
The Night Stalker from California from a while back.
Yeah.
I had an actor I'm thinking of, but you just know with actors usually it's like one of like two types. I was thinking of maybe Alan Rickman.
Emmy, the Alan. What'd you say?
Alan Rickman. He played Professor Snape. He was also in Die Hard. He was Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
President Zelensky would be good, Mercer.
Yeah, you're right. Wait,
or Benjamin Netanyahu. I would do either one of them.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, Zelensky's definitely not an ENTP. I mean, I think that's doubtful.
He might be something. I don't know. So Alec Rickman, is that the guy you're talking about? Alan Rickman.
Yeah,
Alec Rickman. Okay, yeah. He looks old as shit. I thought he had black hair.
He's not alive anymore. He died a few years ago.
Alan Rickman. They got him as INFJ. So
I don't think that's likely. It could be possible.
Okay. You guys can see that? Yeah. So
that'd be interesting if he is.
Freddie Mercury? Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
I mean, they got him as INFJ. I mean, that's not bad.
I don't really know him well enough to really say either way, but I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah, guys. So they got him as an INFJ. T just dropped the name, so we're gonna go ahead and do this guy, and then we'll do one as ours. Rickman.
All right, that's cool.
Chase Hughes might be a good one. Sweezy dropped Chase Hughes. I'm curious about him as well.
Okay, so you can hear it?
I don't hear it right now.
No.
Okay, give me a second here.
Epstein with him. He's pretty obvious guy.
Oh, is this the guy, T? You sure this is the guy?
Yeah.
Responsibility.
That's him.
In recent years, he's appeared as Severus Snape in the Harry Potter films. Here's a look at some of his work.
Following people are to be released from their captors. In Northern Ireland, 7 members of the New Provo Front. In Canada, the 5 imprisoned leaders of Liberté de Québec. Sri Lanka, the 9 members of the Asian Dawn. I read about them in Time magazine.
Maybe I didn't die properly. Maybe that's why I can come back. It was like standing behind a glass wall while everybody else got on with missing me. It didn't hurt. But I'm very sensitive to pain.
You!
Loxley?
The king shall hear of this!
Join her. Especially the fact that you'd like to marry him and have a
I'm going to call it around. So
Showing his entire filmography.
You just saw Deathly Hallows. I was so ill that day.
tell me about
I was so ill.
voice
My
and
BSI.
acting.
Yeah, I think that's SI there.
Might be SI already. I'm scared.
Because you talk often about your love of English and command of the language, but I'm also fascinated by great voices and what they can do.
Well, if my voice teachers from drama school were here now, they would tell you that it was the biggest problem I had in training, and that they were trying to. One teacher said, "You have a voice that sounds as if it's coming out of the back end of a drain pipe." So there was a great deal of hard work going on. It's whatever one's voice is a mixture of an accident of nature, because it's like, what's the architecture of the inside of your mouth? I happen to have this very high roof.
Yeah.
So I suppose there's some kind of resonance chamber there.
Yeah.
Which is as much a curse as it is a blessing, because you have to work really hard to make a forward sound, otherwise it all gets trapped.
Where did you learn to act?
Progression. Sounds like progression.
Well, whenever young actors now say to me, "What advice do you give me? I'm thinking about training, I want to be an actor," whatever. I say, forget about acting. And I really mean it at that point in time, because whatever you do as an actor is cumulative. It's about, so I say, go to art galleries, listen to music.
Yeah. So cumulative progression. He's got ENTP or INTJ.
Yeah, he's one or the other.
Yeah, he's either ENTP or INTJ.
Right now, I think he's responding, but yeah.
Thank you, T.
Know what's happening on the news in the world.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
At least he's somebody different.
Develop your taste and judgment, so that when a quality piece of writing is put in front of you, your imagination, which you've nurtured, has something to bounce off of.
Yeah, and your uniqueness.
Yeah, and then you have to
imagination to bounce off of. I would say
abstract.
That's abstract. Not saying that's NI. I'd probably say NE. Kind of got something to bounce off of. So you're talking about expanding there. That's what I would probably say there. But I feel safest going with abstract. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that specific.
Yeah. So we're gonna go abstract progression. So we're looking at an ENTP, ENFP, INTJ or INFJ. So that means the dummy base is still on the board.
Not for long though.
I think
Courage.
Yeah, because you have to be courageous with yourself on stage, I think, emotionally. I was talking about this morning, actually, because I watched a while ago, jumping about here, but I watched one of those TED Talks with Jill Bolte Taylor.
Yeah.
Talking about having...
She's been here.
Right. When she had a stroke.
Right.
And she's there on her TED Talk, holding up a brain and showing the two halves of the brain and saying, here's the analytical side and here's the imaginative side. And it made me think that actually one thing that actors and dancers, singers and musicians do is to actually use both sides of their brain at the same time. Because you have to hand yourself over completely to whatever are the emotional demands of a part. But certainly and in front of a film camera, but certainly on stage, there's this kind of Geiger counter. This laser or something.
Abstractions.
That is at exactly the same time assessing what's happening out there and what's happening there to the person you're talking to. And did this word land, or now that one didn't land, now I'm going to have to pick up that word. But at the same time,
it sounds NE.
The bit of you that doesn't know it's lying, because of course we're divided from the neck up. It's just when she had a stroke.
Right.
And she's there on her TED Talk, holding up a brain and showing the two halves of the brain and saying, here's the analytical side and here's the imaginative side. And it made me think that actually one thing that actors and dancers, singers and musicians do is...
Made me think, that's TI. You're not talking about what he learned. It's talking about his own shit. That's his own thinking. Yeah.
And that seemed a little bit informative. I caught some informative there. He's giving additional information.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
Yeah. And the character Snape is not an INTJ, guys. He's actually an ENTP. That's why he's able to float both sides. He worked for the actual INTJ. The actual INTJ is Voldemort. Okay. He's Enneagram 3. Okay, you got Voldemort, your psychopathic INTJ. And he's the one who floated both boats, and nobody could really tell. But at the end of the day, the INFJ plus the ENTP takes down the INTJ. Well, INFJ, ENTP. Yeah.
To actually use both sides of their brain at the same time, because you have to hand yourself over completely to whatever are the emotional demands of a part.
And
but
just that part there where he's talking about like letting the emotions range, that sounds like something Henley would say.
Yeah.
Exploring all the emotions, which
like some like
Well,
FI trickster, FE child kind of shit.
Yeah. And NE, I would say NE.
Oh yeah.
NE is exploring all of them.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
With FI trickster, exploring all of them.
In front of a film camera, but certainly on stage, there's this kind of Geiger counter, this laser or something that is at exactly the same time assessing what's happening out there and what's happening there to the person you're talking to. And did this word land, or now that one didn't land, now I'm going to have to pick up that word. But at the same time, the bit of you that doesn't know it's lying, because of course we're divided from the neck up. It's just a load of lies. But the rest of you has no idea that it's lying. So that's the punishing part of acting, is taking the rest of your body into this strange place that it finds it hard to recover from.
And if it's not resonating,
sounds like some FI trickster.
and with your Geiger counter, it's not resonating, you assume you're not doing something right rather than something wrong with them.
Audiences form a oneness every time you go in front of them, whether it's quiet or raucous. This play we're doing, sometimes it's like being at a rock concert, and other nights it's very quiet because it's a very funny play. So we have this nightly kind of series of boxes that you can tick backstage, and they got that, they didn't get that. And it's dangerous to judge an audience, because sometimes those quiet audiences are really listening. And in the case of this play, perhaps because of Harry Potter, there are a lot of young people out there, and quite a lot of them afterwards are saying, this is my first time at a Broadway show. And so you've got to be tender.
Harry Potter was a gift to you then, because it gave you a new audience.
Yeah, well, they were 10 or whatever age they started reading in 2000, and now they're all, like the three actors, like all of the actors in it, they're all grown-up adults. So it was a new audience of children. And I get letters from people saying, I grew up with these films or these books. They were part of my childhood. That's a pretty unique thing to have been part of. And I think we're all still processing what that means, what it meant, and what it will mean.
If you were asked to put one performance,
what do you say there? It kind of sounds like some NE there.
I'm still processing what it means.
If you were asked to put one performance, whether a film or theater, and say, I'm leaving this is who I was, what would it be?
That would be a dangerous thing to answer, but I'm pretty sure that it might be one or two of the things that I had the worst reviews for.
Are you serious?
I think so, yeah, because there are things that you go, well, I'm going to hang my hat on that one. Yeah. And it means that you went out on some sort of limb, not in an indulgent way. Hopefully you did the work and made the choices. But there have been a few of those where you think, well, that isn't maybe what people are expecting. And we're probably talking about classics, where people they come with received ideas. And if you pull the rug out a little bit, people get upset.
If you are always worried about making a mistake, you will never go over the top, right?
And if you maybe it's a similar thing, able ultimately to hand yourself over to the material. You trust the material enough. You've got to be very picky about the work you do, I think.
You've been picky?
And reckless. But, picky today might not come up with the same picks as 5 years ago or 8 years ago. You know, you're constantly putting your finger up to a different wind, depending on who you are at a certain time, and also, has to be said, what's offered to you.
You were once a dresser for somebody who was in a performance with Ralph Richardson.
Nigel Hawthorne.
Nigel Hawthorne. And what did you learn watching him?
Well, both of those great actors.
Yeah.
I mean, Ralph Richardson, I couldn't tell where the acting was. That was the thing. I didn't know where the words were coming from. You know, somebody, you think you can spot the machinery.
Yeah.
I can see how he shaped that sentence, or she. I can feel the thought process. I can see them placing a word against that not with him at all. I did not know where one word was coming from. That was linsanity, if you like. It was
yes, it was
complete, and he was crazy too, in a weird way. You know, you just pass him on the stairs in the theatre, and I was this lowly dresser. I was studying at RADA at the time.
Right.
You just meet this great man, and he went, hey ho. And then he'd get on his motorbike and go home.
When you were approached by this production, what did you grasp for it? Did you say, this is what I want to do, or did you have a reservation?
Saying no. I mean, I know Teresa Rebeck well and love her writing, and she really wanted feedback, and so she sent this play about 2 years ago.
She wanted.
Not particularly.
Yeah.
Unless she was being really crafty. But as far as I know, it was just, what do you think about this play?
Yeah. Rather than trying to reel you in.
And as I recall, I didn't write back a kind of summation of anything. I thought, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I went through the play with a blue pencil and just, as an actor, cut everything I thought was too much.
I thought
said that.
too much,
Don't need 3 of those. Cut that.
I did this. I
She
did
writes
that.
wonderfly, but as she herself will say, probably overwrites. So I just went through it and said, here's what I, as an actor, think about this. Don't need these things.
I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think he's boring.
And she had a reading of that version.
I think he's going really abstract.
No time marches on. And I was here a year ago at BAM,
right,
doing John Gabriel Borkman. And so we had a reading of the play, and I was still saying, I'll do a reading of it. I'm still not doing the play because I thought I was too old for it. But we did the reading, and she'd put in a speech at the end, which was entirely related to the edited copy I'd sent. I have this speech at the end of the play where he talks about the only way to learn anything about writing is to have a decent editor go through it word by word for you to show you what it is, what you meant, what you didn't even know you meant. And that speech she put in as a result of getting this copy back from me. Not that I did it beautifully, but it was just waking up.
That's what art's about, really, isn't it? Refining and refining and refining, trying to find the purest piece.
Yeah, less is more.
Produce less is more, always. Yeah. So when you set out to do it, and you made a commitment, was there preparation for you, or are you at the point where you can, once you get the text, you know where you're going to go? I mean, are you in search of who he is?
It's so speakable, the dialogue in the play, that in a way you just had to get on the kind of train of it and ride. I said to her, I thought after the reading that she'd written a fairly naturalistic modern play.
Yeah.
And I said to her with some bitterness and rehearsals at one point, I said, you've written a restoration comedy here. It's an English 18th century play, because these are people living in Manhattan, earning a crust, living normal lives, talking what seems to be normal stuff to each other. But actually, when you start to work on it, incredibly intricate sentences and a real love of language, and very precise and specific language. So then the work really started, because you realize it's an acting exam as well. It's how the hell, it's like Bernard Shaw. How the hell do I get from the beginning of this sentence to the end of it? And the only way I'm going to make sense of it is on one breath.
Who is Leonard?
Are we done here, guys?
Yeah,
I think so.
He's the NTP.
He's kind of odd though. Yeah. Not what you would expect from ENTP.
His tonality seems responding.
Yeah, you know,
He's
you
a
get those weird ENTPs
characteristic draw of a responding type. I think it's because he's more subdued in his language, maybe a little bit of more artful, tasteful.
Well, you know, you get some ENTPs that are like fucking any crazy, and then they can't like shut the fuck up, and then you get some that are like almost like INTPs, because they kind of seem more responding, but then they're always doing their progression statements, so they could be kind of, those could be the tricky ones.
Like Cillian Murphy and Johnny Depp,
even DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's true. DiCaprio. Yep.
You'll think DiCaprio, ESTJ, how he like knows how to play the system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the character in Harry Potter that he plays is an ENTP as well. So I mean, luckily he got to play his
kind
own
of
part.
aligned with him.
It's lucky he got to play his own part, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, Charlie Sheen did in 2.5 He played himself.
Bro, we have Charlie Sheen is that's ENTP crazy. That's his ENTP.
What Charlie Sheen do?
He played himself on 2.5 Men. Like it was,
he did.
Yeah.
Charlie was nuts, bro.
I think it was more subdued for 2.5 Men, which is kind of crazy to say.
I mean, I watched the documentary and he was talking about like the amount of drugs he did.
Yeah.
And it was like
the number of prostitutes he's seen.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about him? He sold that prostitute out. Like he was like using her. He was using her, and then he like sold her out. Like yeah.
No, ENTPs are very common in acting because of their FI trickster, and they're able to be versatile and play many roles and wear many hats.
Selection bias.
It's also selection bias. They also are more. They're not as adverse to risk. They don't care. Their risk tolerances. They don't have any. They don't care.
Yeah, Snape is ENTP. Not INTP.
They have high risk tolerance. They have very high risk tolerance. So there's a distinction.
I think ENTPs aren't as rare as people think. I do think a lot of them just get mistyped a lot of times. Like they'll get type ESFP,
for sure. Yeah.
ENFP, and then if they're kind of introverted like him, they'll probably get INTP, and then some of them get INTJ.
No, I think they'll get INTJ too.
They get INTJ. That's what I'm saying. Like they go through all of it.
Like Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets that acquired.
Yeah, it does. I'm like, everyone goes, oh, look at his NI stare. I'm like, that's not it.
I mean, he does look different. I ain't gonna lie, but
what the guy we just typed?
No, Cillian Murphy. His eyes are kind of like you would think, but they're not.
No, he's
killing.
To me, he has like the fucking textbook like pretty boy ENTP look.
Yeah, he looks like Matt Rife. He's a clone of Matt Rife.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's like Matt Rife.
What Enneagram we going here, guys? We going 5?
Yeah, he was 5.
Yeah. You think of 5?
5W4.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. What are we thinking?
I would say SPSO.
Yeah. And normalizing. What do you think?
Yeah. Crazy. During the interview, I was thinking, is this guy a 5? And how you hardly see ENTP 5s.
But they do pop up sometimes, bro. That's weird.
It's occasional. It's very seldom though, but it does happen.
And they come off very introverted, so they usually will get typed INTP. But yeah, what are we thinking above average?
Definitely above average, I think. Yeah,
I would say I would go Prodigy. I'd put the Gambit.
He might be. He's
Prodigy.
He's dead.
He seems like
he's dead. He's dead. So guys, we got him as an ENTP, guys. You guys heard it from the guys here. We are going ENTP 5W4. We usually don't get that. Usually you'll get ENTPs that are 7s. That's usually like the one you want to look out for the most. But
that's I was thinking like maybe he's not an ENTP, but you know how it goes with actors. There's just usually their ENTP. But at least he's different.
Like if you want to be an actor, it's like or a model or something. Like you got to be an ENTP. It's kind of funny. That's weird because when I was a kid, the modeling agency wanted my brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They wanted my brother. They wanted my brother and my oldest sister. My older sister is second oldest sister is an INTJ. And they wanted my brother. He's an ENTP. Funny as hell. And they were like, my mom just was like didn't capitalize on the situation, but yeah, they wanted them as kids. They wanted them as kids. Crazy. All right, who we doing next, Zara?
Let's see. I'll give you two choices: either Benjamin Netanyahu or Vladimir Zelensky.
Zelensky or
Let's do Beebe.
Beebe. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do Benjamin. I think he'd be more interesting.
I better watch what y'all say.
Yeah. Careful what you say. It slowly becoming the most hated man on the planet.
Just gotta watch what you say, boy. I got a full. Is there an interview you had with somebody that was actually that I don't think is gonna get taken down? Because you know he going
Tucker Carlson like really hammered him because I guess the way he tried to capitalize on Charlie Kirk's death and made it all about Israel.
Does he have an interview with Tucker?
I don't know. You can search it.
Does he have one with Patrick Bet? He probably got one with Patrick Bet, right?
Yeah, he does. I think he does.
Patrick Bet doesn't take you down, so I like Patrick Bet. I like Patrick Bet. He don't take you down, bro. Like he'll let you how he'll let. I don't understand why people would want you to like not fucking. That's how Andrew Tate literally took over the internet, man.
What?
By letting other people like copy his shit and then put it everywhere. That's how he literally took over. That's how he became the most Google person. He just let people copy his whatever he said.
But I think that's also because I think that was through Hustlers University.
Yeah,
part of it.
Yeah,
people like he was incentivizing people to do it.
Like I'm like, but that's a smart thing because if like you taking over the media and everybody sees you, then you're in demand. But I mean, most people don't fucking think that fucking far. It's fucking crazy. All right, so Netanyahu, let's go. All right, Netanyahu. Okay, let's go to database first. Data dummies got this man as an ENTJ. Okay, that's an actual pretty good pick for the database. Not even gonna lie, that's a good one. They have him as ENTJ. Okay, that's not a bad one.
Like either that or ESTJ.
Yeah, he's either one of those two.
Probably, I'd say most likely.
Okay. Yeah, he's one of those two.
All right.
All right, T, you ready?
I am.
All right.
Patrick Bet.
Patrick Bet. You know you ain't getting taken down to Patrick Bet up there.
Well, the thing about him though is, he is careful about what he says though when it comes to some things.
If somebody said if I can operate a successful pyramid scheme, I would do it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, but the only thing about like doing that pyramid scheme, bro, is like you're always looking over your shoulder. Like, is today gonna be the day that you get busted? Is tomorrow gonna be the day you get busted? And then once you get busted, they're gonna take all your shit. So basically, you living like a drug dealer. You're literally living life like a drug dealer, and it's only a matter of time before like you lose all your shit. And that's just why I tell people like you want to do things right the first time, so that you don't have to like worry about like maybe 5 years down the road. All right, they grab your ass and now they take all your money, and now you got to go to jail for 5-10 years. So you just wasted like 10 years right there, right? So it doesn't pay, man. It doesn't pay. I mean, you could probably make a case if you're like, okay, I want to be like P. Diddy and then like go to jail at 60. Maybe you could make a case. You know what I'm saying? Because who really cares about when you're 75, 80, you know? But generally speaking, bro, you don't want to run a pyramid scheme, because once you get caught, bro, they take everything from you. They rail you out. destroy your family life, bro. You're just living in hell, bro. You're living in hell. But
We already typed Nick Fuentes.
Nick Fuentes, ENTP.
Could better do or else. Do you agree with that?
Do you know President Trump? You
And
don't make
Jordan
him do
Jordan
anything.
Belfort is
He
ENTP.
does what he thinks is in America's interest.
Yeah.
And he's very forceful about it.
Would the war and the Hamas attack have happened if President Trump was president instead of Biden?
Probably not, but it's hard
No,
to say with these.
Saad is- I
these
get what Saad's
maniacs.
saying.
I think Iran would have been more careful.
I'm curious, did you know the president was going to be saying this?
We're going to take over that piece and we're going to develop it, create thousands and thousands
I got
of
you,
jobs.
Saad. I get
I
you.
bet you don't know this.
God, you
America
know.
wants to come in and invest. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
So you would be okay if America takes over Gaza and it becomes something that we control. You'd be okay with that.
Yeah, but it's an American choice. Our victory will be your victory.
Why haven't you yet recognized the Armenian, Assyrian, and
This should
Greek
be comical.
genocide that the Turkish did to that community? If you step foot in their country, they're supposed to arrest you. They're calling you a wartime criminal, the offenses you've done, they're calling it a genocide.
It's been a battle that has been going on for 3,500 years. So I'll have to do what we have to do. We'll fight with our fingernails if we have to. A lot of people felt
I
in
bet
their
you
gut,
will.
but they didn't have the guts to say it out loud.
I don't know if
I
it's come
want you
from
to-
you, though. I don't know if
Sounds a little pragmatic there with fight to our
Yeah.
fingernails.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think this guy is an ENTJ.
it's come from the Prime Minister of Israel.
Yeah, I just did.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. Well, thank you for doing that.
Did you ever think you would make it? I feel I'm so close I could taste sweet victory. I know this life meant for me.
Adam, what?
The better you come out of this this assault.
So why do you think this is taking so long? Because if you think of a part of it, when you think about there's, especially in America, there's 3 different types of people on social media right now or in America that follow you. One, they fully believe you're committing a genocide right now. They're part of the community that's thinking they compare you to some dictators, some terrible leaders in the past,
Saying
many
it all
names you've heard of
over
before.
CTE.
Some of them are blindly supportive of what you're doing, but there's the other community that's almost a little bit burned out, that's wanting this story to end. Obviously, it's tragic. You know, we're seeing what's going on. We're seeing all the stories, but why do you think this is taking longer than it's taking?
Well, I don't think it's taken longer than it's taking. Look at what we had to fight. We were attacked viciously by the most savage attack on the Jewish people since the Holocaust. That's by Hamas on October 7th. I said on the...
Don't you love how like they play on the words to make it sound like it's the worst thing ever? Like Donald Trump says, what did you say? What Czar, go and hit this the Donald.
The worst thing that's ever happened in the history of this country. You look at that, you see those numbers, you see the casualties. They say casualties. It was really bad. Quite terrible.
The best ever. No one's done it like me. No one's
like they say casualties, and it's all because of me. Because quite frankly, I created the word. You never heard of casualties before me.
Affordability.
Affordability.
That's the new word for the Democrats. Affordability.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax.
It's a leftist
Affordability
hoax.
It's a Democrat hoax.
The worst thing about Trump is like he doesn't realize that like people have a video of him saying like affordability is a good thing and I'm gonna make everything affordability, and then he gets in office. It's like affordability is created by the Democrats. Like, bro,
it's a crazy thing. You never see affordability talked about before me, and you never heard the term groceries. No one's ever said groceries.
It's fake news.
Groceries. You never heard that word before me.
You're disgusting. They all just ridiculous, man.
Second day of the war, when Hezbollah joined the fray, I said we're going to change the face of the Middle East because it was clear to me, and it may be clear to you too.
We're going to change the face of the Middle East. So
And we are going to do this. This is what we're going to do.
And outcome. It's just straight to the outcome.
Yeah. This is what we're going to do.
That we're fighting the Iran axis. Iran, without Iran, I would say that all the axes, all the proxies collapse. Hezbollah collapses, Hamas collapses, Assad collapses, and so on. So
jump straight to the outcome. If we do this, then
Yeah.
all this will collapse. Bro,
Yeah.
it ain't never that simple. First of all, it ain't never that simple. And when
See.
one person collapses, other people take over. So you gotta be careful with that shit.
it was clear to me that we had to topple the Iran axis and not just deal with Hamas. And what happened following that was that we went in, Hamas is in its last breath. We haven't finished it yet, but we crippled Hamas. Then we went and
look what we did. We crippled them. Let's use another crazy.
Finished off Hezbollah, took out Nasrallah. That led to the collapse of the Assad regime, whose armaments we destroyed. The Syrian armies are.
And if you see, it's like sketch.
Armaments. We dealt with the Houthis, still dealing with them. And then we had Iran itself that had struck us, and we had to.
They're just always at war. I don't get it.
We changed the face of the Middle East, not only because we hobbled the proxies, but because Iran, which was a totally invincible enemy, throwing its weight around not only in the Middle East, spreading terror everywhere.
I almost said this nigga. Invincible enemy, bro. Like, bro, you can't make this shit up, bro. Well, he got like they have a fucking knack for like making whatever they doing almost impossible to be done by anybody else, bro. Like, bro, we say vicious and like, it's like, bro, settle down, man, settle down.
And trying to arm itself with nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles to deliver them, we struck them very hard. So when you fight these four fronts, and there are another three, by the way, that I haven't mentioned, when you're doing that, a small country, it takes time. But I think we're approaching the final leg, and that's really finishing off Hamas. We can't have those monsters at spitting distance from Tel Aviv and our communities.
See what I said, bro? Monsters, vicious, like, bro, like this fucking guy, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to finish it.
Yeah, so
we're going to finish it. Outcome.
Okay. When you say that for a person that lived in Iran, I look at the critics and they're giving, hey, let me tell you, it's not fair what he's doing with this. And you see ICC, which the average person, when they see ICC, 124 countries, that if you step foot in their country, they're supposed to arrest you, okay? And they're calling you a wartime criminal, the offenses you've done, the amount of, again, like I said earlier, they're calling it a genocide. How do you answer to the critics that they don't follow politics, they don't follow the stories closely? But if they see 120 something countries that if you land there, they're supposed to arrest you, the average person is going to say,
that's
maybe
Beebe,
this
right?
isn't a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they said that about Churchill too. He was a warmonger when he.
You say T?
The 124 countries or whatever. I think what he's saying is Beebe can't go to them because he'll be arrested. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that for people who are kind of unsure what he's saying there.
Yeah, Patrick isn't the best with words.
German accent.
I think you got to be careful what he said to Netanyahu.
Yeah, he's very cautious when it comes to certain things. If you watch
you got to be very careful about what you say to these people, bro. And because these powerful people got egos that you couldn't even imagine. And then you also got to remember, like, if you fuck up with them, then they're gonna also like stop you from getting any other type of connects, or maybe you might end up like Nick Fuentes where you can't even have a bank account. So you gotta be very careful what you say with these people.
Yeah, they'll ruin him.
You want to push the envelope, but you don't want him to walk away butthurt. And you know how easy it is to butthurt an ENTJ, INTJ, any of these top people.
And the danger to the West. He said he warned of the slumber of democracies. And I guess if I learned one thing from our history, the history of the Jewish people, is that you can't sleep. When somebody says they're out to annihilate you, you better take it seriously and act to prevent it. And that's the central lesson that we learned in the rebirth of the Jewish state and the Jewish people in Israel. We don't wait to be annihilated. We take forceful action against
We don't wait. We got to take action. SETE outcome. This motherfucker is an 8W9, probably SOSPENTJ.
Against our would-be annihilators. And I think that
would be.
People see it after you do it. After you do it.
People see it after you do it. SE outcome.
Realize your vision, then people say, well,
realize your vision.
NI. This fucking guy.
Begin to understand it, but they don't before, and that's certainly true of the case here. In the United Nations, you have 180 countries, 190 countries, and a great majority would tell you that the earth is flat. It doesn't make it flat, and the vilifications against Israel is a country committing genocide and other war crimes. That doesn't make it true either. Let me tell you, did you ask me about the ICC prosecution just now?
Bro, the brother went on a tangent. Now he coming back home.
Well, let me tell you about that. So we were going to have this ICC prosecutor who's since been basically put to pasture. This ICC prosecutor was going to come to Israel in the beginning of the war. And he said, well, Israel has, it has a proper judicial system, and I don't see any real problem there. And he was about to come. And a day before he's about to come, he suddenly cancels the trip. And 2 days later, he issues this war crimes charge against Beebe, the former defense minister. And we didn't understand, why did he do it? It took us months to discover that a few days before that, he was confronted by one of his staff members, a senior staff members, who brought the charges of rape and sexual misconduct that this prosecutor carried out against one of his staff members, a woman, a Malaysian woman, by the way, who was fiercely anti-Israel. But she had suffered this harassment and these rapes for over a year. And Khan believed that this was his ruin. His brother, who's a British parliamentarian, was in jail for sexual misconduct too. So he said, that's it, that's the end of me. And then he figured out that there's one way to get out of this, and that is to deflect the entire conversation, to preempt it by blaming the Jews and blaming the prime minister of the Jewish state. And that's essentially what he did. Since then, you should know that there have been 4 or 5 other women who charged him with sexual misconduct. So what you have here is the ICC, which is a corrupt organization, totally politicized, unelected, that wants to...
sounds like Trump.
That's just going to say it. Sounds like fucking Trump. That's Trump.
Yeah. It's so corrupt. So corrupt. You've never seen something so corrupt.
You've never seen corruption like this before. Believe me.
You've never seen corruption like that. You never see corruption. And
they're more corrupt than the Democrats.
Bro, I would say he's not as charismatic as Trump, though. Trump is way more charismatic.
He's not as charismatic, but he's also more polished as well, I would say.
He's more polished.
Yeah.
Way smarter than Trump. Jesus.
He does like a lot of the same shit, though, basically.
Yeah.
And that's a low
he
bar.
puts, he just plays on the words to make things sound as vicious and nasty as possible.
That's a kind of interesting thing. Like I didn't realize that about ENTJs, but it's kind of interesting to see that.
It's almost like there's a hint of FI
attached
to the words that they use. When they try to use the words that they can get the biggest impact from other people with.
Well, because it's kind of like trying to manage other people's perspectives, I think.
Beebe's intelligent. He's
for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely intelligent.
He's at least above average.
I'll say on YouTube, morally questionable. I'll just say on YouTube, morally questionable.
Oh,
but intelligent.
Somebody said for sure smarter than Trump. Oh, yeah.
I was responding to that guy.
Okay.
Of nations, and that's why the United States is not a member.
Even Trump would say he's smarter.
States, that its soldiers are committing war crimes because some woke people in The Hague are telling you that.
Woke people telling you that, it's just like
ICC, this corrupt ICC prosecutor, thought that he would escape justice by basically by condemning us. And that's what he's done. And I think a lot of countries are waking up to that. It's sort of embarrassing when your chief prosecutor is...
you see it sort of embarrassing.
Is doing such a corrupt and heinous thing. But that's the ICC. I mean, President Trump has put sanctions on him. He's put sanctions on the judges who did this. I think he's just facing it. That's what I like about him. He just cuts to the chase. This is a corrupt organization, a corrupt prosecutor, corrupt judges.
More like your lapdog.
Reminds me of that movie. You remember Network? I think.
Yes.
You remember. We're not going to take it anymore. And it's not just Israel, because if they target Israel and they say to a democracy defending itself against these savages, you can't defend yourself. No democracy is safe. And America isn't safe. So I think that's come out. there is extraordinary vilification, extraordinary lies leveled at Israel.
Like they just dehumify anybody who is on the opposition.
They dehumanize.
Yeah, they do. They dehumanize anybody who's on the opposition to them. Like every fucking word they say, bro. It's like that. Whoever they're fighting, they don't give a fuck if it's their grandmama. They're gonna make them look as bad as humanly possible. Like, you're a savage. You are corrupt. You're evil. You're nasty. You're vile. Monsters, villains, whatever the fuck he could put on your ass, man.
They're meant to prevent us from exercising our legitimate right of self-defense. They won't succeed.
So if we talk about the legitimate right for you to defend yourself, you'll see the numbers. I'm a business guy. I'll see how this war has cost you roughly 120 to 130 billion dollars. Whether it's Hamas, Gaza, Iran, roughly 120 to 130 billion dollars. Reports that we read. Your debt to GDP ratio went from 60% to 75%. So some of the Americans, they're sitting there saying, yeah, we give you guys roughly 3.8 billion. For the war, America's given roughly $30 billion, which most of it was in weapons. But if you're going from 60 to 75%, how much longer can your economy or even the state be able to afford the war?
Patrick, I'm going to have some good news for you.
Please.
I led as first as finance minister and then as prime minister.
Well, it's like I got to put my dick on the table, man. He's like, I got some good news for you. Yeah, she's like, I gotta put my dick on the table real quick.
America's given roughly $30 billion, which most of it was in weapons. But if you're going from 60 to 75%, how much longer can your economy or even the state be able to afford the war?
Patrick, I'm going to have some good news for you.
Please.
I led as first as finance minister and then as prime minister.
I did this.
A free market revolution in Israel. And Israel became a wealthy country because of we unleashed
wealthy country. You see what I'm saying?
Genius in our population and innovators and just incredible capacity to produce products and services that service all mankind in medicine and communications. That cell phone that you're probably holding half of it is probably made in Israel. And the cherry.
Or the self-glaze, bro. The self-glaze is crazy, bro. Like, damn, bro. You don't know it's better to let other people glaze you than you glaze yourself. Like, Jesus Christ. Rub on, rub off, baby.
He doesn't need compliments. He compliments himself in the morning.
Yeah, bro. He's put it on the table, bro. Fuck it. He's like, you gonna love this. You know that cell phone you got, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Tomatoes that you eat, they were made in Israel and so on. And medicines that you use, made in Israel. So Israel became a powerhouse, a juggernaut of innovation and enterprise. And it strengthened our economy. We went from $17,000 per capita to about $60,000 in a very short time.
Yeah,
it's a tremendous success story. Now, here's the truth. This is something I just saw. A slide. I wish I had it.
Numbers.
This is something I just saw.
But the slide shows investments.
I just seen some PE that had my FI all over it. So that's why I'm going to share it. It's hilarious, bro. I just seen some TE that had my interest all over. So let me share it.
In R&D that a country receives from foreign sources. So number one is the United States, like huge. Number two, huge in absolute terms, now as we speak today, is Israel. Tiny Israel. The next country is Germany. It's 2/3 of Israel, and the rest of the Western countries fall further.
Bro, like it's 2/3 of fucking Israel.
Further behind. So our economy is actually doing
pointed
quite
out
well,
Germany,
I should say. And it's amazing. And you're right to ask it. But there was an economic miracle in Israel, which I'm very proud to lead. And we just have.
You can't handle all the winning.
The economic miracle. This is crazy, bro.
You've never seen winning like this before.
Bro, the self-glaze is out of control, bro. Like, self-glaze, bro. Like, fuck it, bro. He glazing up his own donut here. Fuck what you said. He's like crazy, bro.
Economy, but also in our fighting spirit. We've gone through the Holocaust, and I'm committed, as are my people, to prevent a second Holocaust that Iran was planning. And that's what we've been doing in this war. It's taken this long because we had to break this noose of death that Iran was going to put on us in their plans to conquer the
world. Hey, bro, this is ridiculous.
Noose of death. Like, my God.
Figurative expression, bro. It's ridiculous.
What?
Those are abstractions. The people, if you're watching, guys, those are abstractions. Okay, those are figurative expressions. Oh, God.
Middle East, in their plans to then proceed to Europe, and in their plans to then proceed to America. They say death to America. We're just standing in their way. And boy, did we stand in their way.
So I guess the question to kind of move on from this
All right,
one.
guys, we're done, man. We're going with.
He never answers the question either.
Bro, he answers what the fuck he wants to answer, bro. He really answers what the fuck he wants.
I love his glazing. I mean, shit. I need to start glazing myself like this. Jesus.
When him and Trump get together, it's just like nonstop glazing each other.
It's like who can glaze each other the most. It's like holy moly. I wonder if they get annoyed with each other glazing each other. I wonder if, like, you know.
I think it's a beautiful thing when we get together. It's
I think
I love glazing Beebe, you know. No one glazes Beebe like Trump.
I think what happens is that one of them ends up glazing the other one, and the other one just lets the other one glaze.
Yeah, pretty much. Beebe called Trump the first Jewish president. You know, no one's seen a Jewish president like Trump.
No one has ever done as much for the Jewish people as you, Trump. It's like, bruh.
No one's. Yeah, quite frankly, they say no one's ever stood for Israel like me. Quite frankly,
a lot of people don't know this.
A lot of people don't know this.
He loves saying that. You know, a lot of people don't know this. And then he proceeds to say something he just learned.
They don't even. A lot of people don't know. Quite frankly, and the news won't report it either. That's fake news.
The fake news.
The fake news. It's terrible.
And I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. That's his line now. That's his new line. I probably gonna say it anyway. Like
it excuses him somehow. Like
pragmatic.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what he's doing.
It's like I'm gonna couch it before I say it, guys.
I mean, I'm gonna say though, Trump make you pay attention to everything that happens in the White House, though. That's just how he is. He makes people pay attention to everything he does. Like Joe Biden was in there. Can you tell me something Joe Biden signed? I can't tell you.
Yeah, I can actually. He did the CHIPS Act, one of the things, and he also did the Inflation Reduction Act.
Well, I stand corrected. Zara knows. DN, we're going DN for
I think so.
Above average ENTJ?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Would you have him as 3W4 SO?
No,
SOS? He's 8. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
He's all about trying to fight. You know, he's not. He's all about trying to fight and shit.
But 3 is definitely in his tri type, though.
Yeah. He's probably got a 387
or 837.
Yeah. Well, you got to go. If he's an 8, then it has to go like the other way, so it'd be 837. No, 83. Yeah, 837. If you're a 3, then it's 378. That little way. Anybody else want to do, or we're gonna call it quits?
If you want to do Zelensky, that would be kind of fun.
Man, I gotta get some sleep. I mean, we can do them tomorrow. New Year's. Happy New Year's, guys. New Year's Eve. You know, be in the Discord. We are going to be changing up a few things in the Discord for our Road to Demigod, stuff like that. I do think me and the guys might get together and do like a tier list this week. We got to think about what tier list we want to do. And me and T, I got a whole bunch of like write-ups I want to do that I want to get on the channel as well, the education shit. One, like how we type people for Enneagram. It's a more systematic approach, obviously, instead of just like fucking trying to compare what somebody would be or could be. So I'm going to work on that, and we'll probably do that. Also want to break down, I've had this PowerPoint done for a while, the consequential awareness of each function. I think that's very important. So I got that one that's already done. I'll probably get with T or something, and we'll get that done. So we might not do another live for what? It depends. We might do one more, but we got to get those out. We got to get those done. So I'll work on that. Where is Shelly? Shelly is a new mother, man. She just had a kid not too long ago, so that's why she's been gone. But she says she will pop up on here again. Talked to her not too long ago, like a couple days ago. Yeah. Yeah, so we got a lot of shit to do. Thomas, anything you want to say? Is there anything you want to say?
No.
No, thanks for stopping in. If you tuned in, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and
yeah,
thanks for supporting us, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, and
look forward to the next live.
Yeah, and usually we're gonna try to do like
What
10.
he said.
We're gonna try to do like 10 around this time again. But we got to coordinate with the guys. If they can't do it, then we won't do it. But generally speaking, we'll try to do it around this time if we do a live. And if we set that bitch for 10, just know we probably ain't gonna start about 10:10. Okay, so just heads up.
Because I'm always late.
I think Zara was late today.
Yeah, usually it's me though.
Yeah, but so just heads up. Like if it's scheduled for 10, then we'll probably start at 10:10. So just heads up. But we like interacting with you guys. It's fun. It gets like real time. But we'll see you guys in the Discord. Peace out, guys. Peace.